All right, I will check here. We got a bit of a new setup here too, so bear with me. Hold on. I'm gonna try and get a little bit more light going in here. There we go. I was not fully prepared. Hello, hello, hello. Let me double check here. Make sure we are going. There we go. Oh, you guys have been hearing the echo. My fault. Hello, hello, hello. Let me double check here. Okay. Yeah, that is my bad. Did not mean to do that. What's up, everybody? Let me look at chat for a minute here. How's it going, guys? What's up, Mike? Tanith, Sprinkles. Pharaoh, what's up? Amanda, Joy. Will it be showing the time you felt like a cartoon character in the snow? Yes, I forgot about that one, but I will have to go back and find that. That or it's on my phone. I might just point it to the camera there. Gosh, I forgot about that one. I really did forget about that one. Kind of was hoping I could forget anyway. Yeah, good to see everyone. Welcome in, welcome. How you guys doing? Happy New Year. Happy 2026. Let's see where we're at. I'm trying to figure out what's the best way to actually look at chat here. Amanda, thank you so much for being a member for 2 months. Appreciate that. Here, I'm going to do something here. I'm going to pull up my own stream. Nope, that's not what I meant to do. Oh, I'm going to do this anyway. Sorry, guys. 1 second, 1 second.
Make it a habit. A 10-minute.
No, I don't want to make anything a habit. There we go. There we go. Now I can see how many people we have. Welcome in, everybody. Good to see you all. Yeah, hopefully the stream looks all right. I'm trying something a little bit different. I've been working on something in the background that I'm going to share with you guys at the end of this that I might have you guys help me out with. But we'll get to that in a bit. I am streaming in almost 4K, like 2K technically, 2K 60 is what I'm streaming in. Super Walt, what's up? I don't know if I've seen you in these chats before or very often. That's cool. Good to see a true OG right there. We got the weather radar playing in the background right here. I've got here, let me pull up OBS and see if I can like show you guys more properly here what this all looks like. Sorry, this is like wrapped around. There we go. Oh no. No, I broke it. Dang it, I broke it. No. There we go. Shout out to my buddy Sean for getting me this monitor for Christmas. I now have got a triple monitor setup here. So this is the setup where we're rolling with monitor. This is the OBS monitor, and then I've just got radar up here because there's actually 2% down here in Cali today. When I first woke up, I was considering maybe going down here, but decided not to. So anyway, that's the new setup. Just wanted to show you guys real quick. But anyway, so today, let me pull chat back up here. Jana, welcome to membership. Thank you so much for joining. Today, we are going to be reacting to craziest winter storm chases of 2025. We've got a couple that we're going to go back to 2024 for, and actually there's one that is 2023, end of 2023. We are going to watch me fall on my ass. So that's going to be great. I've been compared to the likes of a baby deer in this video. Some of you guys may remember this. So we will get into that. So, schedule your live to switch to members only. What? Didn't even know that was a feature. It's okay. We're not doing this members only. Everyone is welcome here. Okay. Welcome in, everybody. If you guys haven't already, please be sure to smash that like button. I'd really appreciate it. We're going to go ahead and get rolling here. Yeah, the only thing I need for my setup now is an actual new computer because this thing is ancient. But the monitors are ready to go. Jay, thank you for being a member for 4 months. And Beth, thank you for being 3 months. Brooke, thank you for being a member for 2 months. I appreciate all of you guys so much for your support. So, we've got several storms, or winter storm chases that we are going to be reviewing or reacting to today. This one is, we're gonna start we're kind of going out of order. I've selected like 7 or 8 different videos / streams that I wanted to kind of go through. My hair looks really stupid today. That's fine. We're gonna ignore it. The first one is the Southern Louisiana snowstorm that we drove out for. I don't know how many of you guys remember that one. Most popular stream to date on the Storm Runner Media channel. Had over 300,000 views. It included Brandon's car breaking down. The fuel pump died on it. And we ended up replacing it out in the middle of nowhere in like a hotel parking lot. We were there for like 3 days, it felt like, before we eventually left. So, and we did get him fixed. So that was good times for sure. Here, I'm actually going to do this. Frozen Rose, thank you for being a member for 3 months. I really appreciate your support. Whoa, what'd I miss? What'd I miss? Come on. Oh, I missed something. Larea, thank you for gifting 10 memberships. Thank you so much. And Garrett, thank you for the $5 super chat. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for your support. All right, let's get into this.
And the big one hasn't hit you yet.
Yeah. I might go back to the stream. There might be a couple other, but this is like a highlight reel, so this is like the first video
It's starting
clip
to
we
get
shot.
blustery out here. The wind is picking up.
It was just cool to see kind of the contrast of the, I guess, the palm tree with the snow. You got a lot more of this in Florida. That's where Ben Williams was. You ended up going to Florida, had a good chase out there.
It is starting to get blustery out here. The wind is picking up.
Morning, everybody. I woke up. I'm going east on I-12, or west on I-12 towards Baton Rouge, and I mean, there's snow on the road, but overall, I mean, there's like barely anybody out here, and I'm moving freely at like 55.
Starting to get close to blizzard conditions down here now.
Yeah, we were down here in this neighborhood, and we stopped to like clear ice off the 4Runner, I think, or something like that. And there was actually a couple that was, they weren't watching us, they were watching one of the chasers. It wasn't us, but when we stopped out front, they were like, "What? Like, you guys are right here?" Like, so that was pretty cool.
It's getting heavier snow now, but doesn't really seem like there's any wind. Hardly any wind anyway.
Hey, what's up, Sparkly? I'm doing good. How are you?
5 or 6 inches of snow on I-10. Like, this is insane.
This was I-10. This shot in particular, this is I-10. This video, actually, I didn't know this, but this video got onto the Weather Channel. I didn't know that until like way after the fact. I can't remember what I was looking for, but I ended up on TikTok. Oh, I just wanted to see because Garrett told me that they would like restarted the TikTok, so I wanted to look at it. So I just searched Storm Intermediate TikTok, and I found several clips that the Weather Channel and a couple other news networks purchased through our media broker at the time, including this one, the tornado from May 16th, 2024. Because the thing is that we never got notified when it got sold or to who. So like it was new information to me that this video got sold. But yeah, this was on the Weather Channel, and I think several other channels. But
Got him. That's all I needed was a better rope.
and that was our rope too that they used.
Maybe he thinks it's better to be over there.
Yeah, it was always interesting going down to these areas. This was pretty cool just to see the difference between having a chain or like a static rope versus a kinetic rope. This is probably the best illustration that I ever saw of that difference. But what I was saying before, though, is just seeing how people kind of behaved and adapted to these conditions that 90% of people down here like had rarely ever seen or potentially had never seen before. So that was always interesting. Sarah, welcome to the OGs. Thank you so much. But this is our rope. Still is perfectly functional. Garrett has it now. I don't have it. The only thing I have is just one of my static toe straps. I kept one. But yeah, we use this particular rope to pull multiple semis out of the ditch, and this guy was able to. This truck was fully loaded. Like this was a heavy. This is a heavy truck. Of course, he got stuck 3 miles later again, but he did make it.
Because that's what the guys wanted.
Because that's what they told me.
Sorry. I was just going to adjust something really quick, because I think... There we go. I think I had the setting on wrong for something. There we go. Sorry about that. We offered to go up here and help this guy, but I guess this was a Louisiana DOT truck.
I think that news vehicle might be stuck.
Okay, copy that. They got the truck out. How many semis here?
They're just all parked.
Just all parked.
Maybe more lane up the interstate.
I don't think I've seen anything like that.
This is pretty crazy too. I mean, the car had been there for a bit, but pretty wild. That truck was stuck in the
It's
ditch.
just chaos out here. Like, you can't tell where anything's at. People are driving the wrong way on the roads. Like, this is insane.
So, Greg, if you're still on here, what do you know what New Orleans all-time record is? Is that 14 as well?
I knew someone was gonna say that. I should have figured it was you, Garrett. This was like way off the road. I don't know how he got over here. But yeah, sketch. Very sketch. Don't know how he didn't roll it either.
Somebody's not happy. I was reading a tweet on Twitter. Oh my goodness. He's front end. Oh, that was a bad crash.
Face to face with a monster tornado. That we were. So, that was Louisiana. That was a very interesting experience. Pretty fun. Honestly, the majority of what I remember about that trip was not even the snow. The only regret that I have about that trip is that we didn't get to go to New Orleans, like proper New Orleans. I wanted to see New Orleans with snow, because that is probably, especially now that I'm not doing this professionally, that was probably a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to get to see that. And I didn't go because... well, Brandon got stuck. I want to find something, though, from that stream. When we were on our way down to get Brandon, we came across one gentleman who got stuck. Here we go. We were on our way to go get Brandon. There was nobody on that interstate that goes down. I guess that's I-10. Yeah, I guess that's I-10. Let's see. Like there was nobody out here.
Well, hey Brandon, I'm sorry, I got a spun out car off the interstate. I'm gonna try and pull that back up real quick. I'll get to you as soon as I can.
What's the temperature like here? We're in the mid to upper 40s.
Just slid off? Okay. I got a rope. I might be able to pull you back up. You okay? Okay, all right. Hold up.
I felt bad for this dude. He had on, you can't really tell in the footage, he had on slides. After this, it prompted us to start carrying like warm socks with us. I just was in such a rush to try and get him out that I wasn't really focused on getting him socks, although I probably should have at least offered him some, but then he just kind of drove off. Anyway, I ended up hooking up to him. It was kind of sketch to do it.
Easier to fit around.
This is also sketchy doing this on an interstate. I mean, granted, nobody was out there, but... I remember this taking a couple tries, too. Because he was buried. can't remember if I had to pull him a little more after this, or if this was when I unhooked. Yeah, no, and he got it, and he was on his way. That was... I'm glad that we were there and got him out, because that was not a good situation for him to be in. He was not prepared for
Okay, Brandon,
the
we're
cold
in
weather
route,
like
so
at
I'll
all,
put the
so... And then we would go on to find Brandon and the poor Tahoe. This Tahoe's still around, by the way. I'm sure most of you know that, but he still has this thing. And we hung out in Louisiana for like 3 days. So, good times though. Really good times. I miss it a little bit. So, that was Louisiana. Now, we're going to jump forward a little bit to one that was especially sketchy for me because I was by myself. And I normally felt comfortable being on my own, I didn't mind it. It was fine. But you start to get a little bit nervous when you get into 60-mile-an-hour winds and you cannot see anything. So then you kind of get to a point where you're like, am I in need of rescue now? Because it's so hard to see. So this is Nebraska, March 4th. There was a stretch that I chased by myself, March 1st to March 8th. It was a week that I chased by myself. And this was kind of right in the middle of it. We started by chasing a 5% in Oklahoma. And then I think there was an enhanced risk, a nocturnal enhanced risk that I covered the following day. And then we went straight from there to this. Then stayed the night in Lincoln. Then went over to Valentine. Covered a snow event up there. Drove from Valentine down to Texas. Covered another snow event down there. And then eventually moseyed on back to Arizona. So this was kind of right in the middle of that trip. Oh, and on the way up there too. Yeah, that's why I included that. I mean, aside from the fact that this dude had slid off the road. There was a period where it was freezing rain. I had to get to, on my way up there, I drove up as the event was already starting. I had to go through probably a stretch of 30 or 40 miles where it was freezing rain and sleet. It wasn't quite snow yet. So that was probably the sketchiest part. I much prefer driving on this stuff. It's a lot easier to drive on, honestly. But I mean, you can just see it was windy up there. I mean, even for me, at this point, I was really confident going out in the snow, and I was like, whoa. Yeah, I'm getting pushed to the side right now. Yeah, I mean, it's nothing compared to what you dealt with, Garrett, though. That one time I was trying to meet you up in Nebraska, and I didn't make it. I got stuck in Denver, and you drove all day in freezing rain. That was probably even more sketchy. Yeah, this was insane. look at how he managed to balance that. Like that bottom piece of the trailer is like wedged into the ground. Balanced. Like I could walk under there. That's how high up that balance was. I don't know that for sure. Believe me, I did not go walk under there. But this was insane. When I saw this, I was like, "Hold on, like that's impressive." Yeah, but then I got to Lincoln, and then for some reason I went outside of Lincoln and decided to go like on like the back roads, kinda. Bad move. We'll see how much of it's featured in the video. If not, I'll go back to the live stream. Was this like exactly a year ago? No, it was 10 months ago. This was.
Once you put it in reverse, I'll go.
This was sketchy in itself. Because this was on one of those roads where you just couldn't see anything. I mean, it was like, it was hard to breathe. I mean, you guys know what I'm talking about. Like, try sticking your head like out of the, not if you're driving, but like, you know, just like if you're in a car, you know, you're not driving. Like, you try and stick your head out of the window and like try to take a breath in. When you got wind hitting like that in your face, like it's hard to breathe. So like I'm trying to talk to these people to work out a plan to get them out of the situation they found themselves in. And I literally can't even catch my breath. So I just end up standing there like not really saying anything because I can't get a word out. That was the experience I ran into over and over again on this night. Because there was a lot of people that were stuck and I'm like, I can do something to help these people. It took me a bit, you know.
Stop, Jesus Christ.
That also happened a lot too. People would like almost run into us because they'd be so happy to be free that they'd just like, yeah. Woody's Lawn and Landscape.
Picked up the guys who were in that car. Just got an appointment. We can't see it.
Yeah, mine occasionally does that too. I know what you mean.
Did he just get stuck in the ditch?
Yeah, a little bit. They said they got somebody to come get them. I just asked them if they need anything like water or anything like that. This is absolutely insane right now. This is the worst it's been, I think.
Yeah, that is pure
Yeah, this was.
conditions right there. Holy crap.
I don't know how I didn't get stuck, honestly. No clue how I managed to not get stuck. This was just insanity.
What was I talking on here? I find it easier. That's a good one.
I might have to wait this out here, dude. I can't. This is bad.
You get any footage of that?
Yeah, I've been recording bits and pieces.
What amazed me, honestly, more than anything, was that the trucks that didn't get stuck were not getting blown over. Yeah, there was this car which, you know, at the time, this roundabout right here, this is in Southeast Lincoln, because there's a Walmart and Sam's Club right just to the right of this frame. I have stayed at that hotel many times, but for some reason when I was there, I couldn't quite remember exactly what it was supposed to look like, and I was like, I don't understand what road they're on. I thought for sure that they were in the ditch, and I was like, no, the road is to the left, and everyone was saying, no, like, this is the road, it's just that buried. You know, I found out later on in the year when we ended up back there, I was like, oh yeah, like, I looked back at the same spot, I'm like, yep, that was a road, and they really just were that buried in a snowdrift. But I mean, they were like stuck, and there was nothing for me to grab onto in this particular car. Hey, what's up, Marcy? Going nowhere. And they even had a plow go off the center median and get stuck in the mud, which was kind of crazy. You know it's bad when the plows get stuck. That's for damn sure. Hey, what's up, Stormy? Good to see you. Welcome in. Thank you guys all so much for tuning in. Coming up on 100 likes already. That's great. Thank you so much. If you guys haven't yet, smash that like button. I appreciate it. Okay, so that was Nebraska. Nebraska this year. We had another day in Nebraska the day after. Not nearly as crazy. We had one decent recovery, and it wasn't even a recovery. It was just a guy in a van. He was delivering something from Texas, and he got caught in the snowstorm, and I pretty much guided him to the hotel in Valentine. So next up, Arkansas. A lot of you guys probably remember this one. Major Arkansas snowstorm, the night of January 9th going into January 10th. This was almost a year ago. Next week, this will be 1 year ago. We kind of patrolled Little Rock a little bit. Little Rock, Arkansas got absolutely slammed with snow. One of our most popular. Yeah, it was pretty insane. And I think some of you guys remember this truck, or you will in a second. Hear what I said? He's going too fast.
Maybe he's alright.
He was not alright.
Who knows?
You guys know of a process called, I'll think about, or I'll show you guys.
Oh my gosh. No. Uh-oh. See, I knew he was going too fast.
Do you snow yet, Brandon?
We just had a semi jackknife right in front of us on this 430, Connor, like 10 miles behind.
And he was empty too, which I feel like is honestly worse.
Jeez, did he block the roads yet, right?
I'm getting out to check right now.
We're getting out to check on him. And he's
realized
blocking
I
most lanes.
I was trying to move.
Yeah, he tried to like turn around just to keep going, and I'm like, dude, I don't think.
I got all my lights on right now. Trying to get everyone.
This was one of those scenarios where I was really glad that I had the Ambers. I know there's a lot of people, like in the chaser community, outside of the chaser community, that think the Amber lights are stupid. And I think a lot of times using them for really no reason is stupid. Like if you're in the middle of nowhere, up on a tornado, you don't need them on.
As I thought.
Like, it's one thing if you're in a...
I know, he was flying. And
Why am I smelling smoke? Hold on.
Pretty good
I was
recovery.
coming from outside. Okay, I was like, is my house on fire? But like in this scenario, on a major interstate, at night, in the snow, trying to get people's attention, absolutely needed to have it. And yeah, I don't fully remember what he was trying to do here, but I think he got himself stuck even more.
Yeah, they're paused, so yep, he's now stuck. In the ditch. Where are we at?
So yeah, that was pretty insane.
We're on
There were
4th
several
Street,
like
right
pretty
from
crazy portions of this chase. I've just got to go back and find him because I mean this was a long stream. This is when we went out and saw Justin. We met up with Justin for a little bit. Why is this most replayed? Did we do something here? No, I don't think we did. That's why I'm so confused. Oh yeah, so this was interesting. This is another one of those examples of a full semi-truck recovery. Now granted, this guy didn't have a trailer, so it was a little bit easier, but we got this guy out too, using that same rope I was talking about earlier, that 45,000 pound braking strength kinetic rope. That thing was amazing. And this guy, when I first stopped and he just saw us in the little 4Runner, he just kind of laughed. He's like, "Are you serious? You actually want to try to get us out? Or get me out?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
You're abandoned, or I don't know what's happening here. Do you guys have any idea what's happening?
And this was like 2:30 in the morning too. We pulled an all-nighter covering this one. And then we slept in the car for like 2 hours. Yeah, Kopic definitely did. I mean, he worked
It is
in
weird. I don't
Ohio,
know
so
what's
it
going
definitely
on.
snows up there. Thanks, Farrah. Appreciate that.
Okay. He's over here, guys. He went over here. He's talking to the driver of the truck. I believe that's what it is. 6.5 inches in downtown Little Rock, she said. It's pretty good. It's still gonna snow for quite a while longer, so you guys make it more than the. Alright, looks like there's the truck driver. Looks like they're doing something.
I was just trying to convince him to let me do it because he's like, "It's not gonna work." I was like, "Man, how long are you gonna make me stand out here and talk to you? Let's just do this." I forget what I was doing now, because now I'm just like in the car. Okay, I was getting the rope. So I hooked the rope up first, and then I went over there. Okay. My voice sounds deeper on this stream versus the live stream. I was not in my slides. Am I in slides in this? No, I wasn't. I was in my boots, I think.
Yeah, I don't know why he doesn't have a high vis jacket on. That's kind of interesting. See, what company do you guys think he works for?
Poor Garrett, you can just hear how tired he was. This is a long overnight grind. Honestly, the only thing that kept me up was just the random excitement of doing things like this. And how well the stream was doing. Hey, Beverly. Hey, thank you so much for your super chat, Beverly. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. I mean, I figure out a way, Sparkly. I figured out a way. I think either our roof camera wasn't working or maybe the controller wasn't working or something was going on to where I didn't actually attempt to use it, but once I go, you'll hear my reaction.
Mostly just curious myself. Nah, I was mostly just curious myself.
Oh yeah, the camera was covered. Mike, thank you so much for your super chat. Appreciate it. Over 100 likes. Let's go. Thank you.
Hold on the bar. Tim, thank you for the super chat. W Tim in the chat.
I need to start narrating things better.
No.
I think that last poll did it. I remember celebrating more. I don't remember why. K-Deb, thank you so much for your super chat. Woo! Thank you so much, everybody, for your support. I really appreciate it.
How's it going? We got him?
I was defeated by a Chevy Malibu this morning, and I just got a semi out of it, bitch. Can't believe. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. We'll go back to that. That one will be next. Earlier that morning, we were in Oklahoma, covering this snow in eastern Oklahoma before it made its way into Arkansas. That's right.
Can't believe I was defeated by a Chevy Malibu this morning, and I just got a semi out of it, bitch. The world is a funny place. I'm now stuck.
Yeah, so that was that one. And there's one more in here that we did.
I don't think the airport quite knows what to identify because it says heavy freezing rain, snow, freezing fog. Like, how does that make sense?
I mean, I do see the fog. I see what you're talking about with the fog. Where did he go? No way he went down there. Crazy.
See, it says for Benton, it says heavy freezing fog.
This is going to annoy me.
I believe the fog part for sure, but the
Because there was an Escalade towing another car, and I pulled them both
I
up
don't
the
really know
hill.
about that one. Because we have C Smith in town, left in downtown or Little Rock. He said it's 6.5 inches. When I measured.
Oh, it's right here. I'm sitting here looking for it. It was right here.
I don't know what I'm gonna be able to do about this one, but I feel bad as leaving.
Really?
Yeah, it was an Escalade pulling a Mustang with a probably 2,500 pound trailer. Boy, I took a long time to hook things up.
That's my fault.
The joy when we actually started moving, I was like, this car is unbeatable.
Alright, we're moving.
Just trying to get him over the damn tire tracks. I put myself in the ditch.
No,
Let's go. Guys, I'm pulling an SUV full of people and a trailer with a car on it up the hill. This car is a freaking beast.
I forgot. There was like 5 people in the car too, so that's like an extra, I don't know, 500 pounds.
Church, apparently. Alright.
Yeah. So that was insane. Remember the one where the truck epically failed trying to move? Move the TT, but the tow truck. I don't know what a TT is. The Audi? Like an Audi? Oh, tow truck? TT tow truck? Sorry. I'm a bit slow. Okay, next up, we're going to go back earlier that morning. See, I'm doing these totally out of order. There's only one moment that I'm going to show you from this, and it is not my proudest moment. In fact, it is probably one of my worst. But we're going to show you anyway. Because it's been long enough, I am beyond cancellation. I hope. Because I was really just trying to help. And it wasn't completely my fault. This person decided to hit their brakes while I'm pulling them up a snowy, icy hill. For some reason, they're like, no, I just want to kill his momentum. At least that's what I'm told. I believe that's what Connor told me at the time, was that, I mean, I guess if I really wanted to check, I could go back and look at Connor's stream. I'm kind of scared too, though, because honestly, the way I remember it is that the guy hit his brakes, and that's why I lost traction. But tractor trailer. Oh. Sorry, my bad. Yeah, this was Oklahoma, McAllister, Oklahoma. Because we stayed the night there. We weren't expecting to chase there. We just spent the night there. And I decided to hook up to this guy to pull him up the hill, even though he very easily could have just gone around. I was like, nope, I am going to save the day. This is happening. Also, it's worth noting, just completely random, these lights were on solid the whole time. Just the camera couldn't quite pick it up because of like the LED, the difference in the LED or whatever. Yeah, Garrett remembers this because he was outside. I honestly wish I could like see it from his perspective, just to see me and this other car slide past him going back down the hill. Yeah, this was McAllister, Oklahoma, eastern Oklahoma. This should have been my sign to stop right here. I was at the base of the hill, already struggling to get traction. God, this is... I'm like getting nerves just watching this. I'm like, what was I thinking? What are you doing? Because this was a steep hill, too. And there we go. I was like, which camera do I shift it to? This is the funniest part. We're going to slide by Garrett in a second.
Yeah, I can't do anything, bro.
I can't do anything. I tried like letting him spin to see if I could guide the car. I tried braking. Obviously, that's not going to work. I tried the e-brake, I think, which obviously wasn't going to do anything. But I was just like out of options. I was just like I was like, I need to hook one of my wheels on the curb to like slow it down.
I can't do anything, bro. I can't do. Bite the curb, you son of a bitch. Bite the curb.
Yeah, Connor streamed the whole thing. It was great. And then watch this truck. This truck just slides down the embankment all the way down.
Hey, hold on. Tell him to stop. Tell him to stop because my rope's still on there. I just got to get my rope off. That's the least of my worries right now.
And then Connor came in trying to like save my rep, I think, and he's like, "Did the guy hit you?" I'm like, "Dude, I was pulling him up the hill. What do you mean, did he hit me?" Like, we made contact barely. I mean, there was no damage to either car. The guy said he didn't want to worry about doing insurance. I don't even know if the guy had insurance, to be honest. And, you know, the 4Runner was in its state, and I was like, I don't really care about the damage on that thing. His car was completely undamaged. So we just kind of went on our way, but I was just very embarrassed. But this hill was sketchy. I mean, at some point, I forget when, there's a snowplow there's a snowplow that goes by, and the snowplow got stuck and started sliding back down towards us.
I don't know if you can hear me, but the plow is stuck up that hill right next to you. The plow's stuck.
Yeah, so I was outside watching this. I'm outside trying to cut the rope, because we're still halfway up the hill at this point. Maybe not halfway, we're like a quarter of the way up the hill. So there's more area for us to slide down. The rope has so much tension on it, I can't do anything. So I literally am outside cutting the rope in half, just to eventually break that tension. And I'm just praying that like nothing shifted and the cars didn't start moving again, because we were both outside. I'm like, dude, if the car starts moving, I'm gonna get crushed by my own car. And also, you had this plow that was directly in front of us further up the hill that started sliding back down, and he eventually caught himself, but then he kept trying to go. I'm like, stop. No. Like, you're not going to make it, and you're going to slide into us, and then we're all going down. Like, I'm just precariously watching this thing. This was so sketchy. And before this was the hill of just absolute chaos. Or was it? It wasn't very far into the drive at all. Yeah, this freaking Chrysler 300, dude. Oh my god. Did I do any damage to the other car?
Sneezing
Nah.
Eagle, thank you for the super
We bumped at
It's right
2
there.
miles an hour.
They got a plan right now. What?
I offered to give him my
How we're
insurance
gonna pull this
information,
car
and he
up.
said
I'm
no.
assuming that the best way is either to get him to pull him around and turn around and go back down, or it's gonna be we're gonna have to pull him up, and we're gonna have to trust him to not bump into us. But unless they're just gonna push, which I mean, if they're gonna push, then I'll just come out. But I didn't think they were gonna push, given what DL just said. They were gonna not do that. I guess they are.
And she like gives it way too much gas and proceeds to slam her car into the side of the freaking. Reconnection successful. No, what's happening? Are we dropping frames still? Are we back? Or are we like super laggy right now? We're here? Okay. Alright, that's good. It's just telling me that frames are being dropped really high right now. But I missed that. I actually missed what happened because I thought we had stream issues. Shoot. Yeah, and she like absolutely slammed into the side of. Yeah. And this Genesis, I think this is a Genesis. Yeah. This Genesis got stuck without a prayer.
It's right there. It's the black one that you had in your hand last night.
This isn't it, but it'll work.
Theo, when you're done with that, just come right here for a second.
I don't know, Farah. Hey, look, I'm sliding down the hill again. Just kidding, I was backing up normally this time. We just pulled a lady up to her house. That's fun.
So hope to God.
That was pretty much it on that one. But yeah, that was my less than ideal moment there. So we've gone over pretty much a lot of the central and southeast U.S. stuff. I want to go over one particular moment of the Trinidad snowstorm. I know there was a lot that we covered that day. It was 3 straight days of 12-hour streams plus another 6-hour stream, I think. Honestly, probably some of the most fun that I ever had in my career. Us going out there and linking up with Brandon and the other one. So, still great times, and something really cool that I think we did. It was toward the end of the stream. Assuming that it actually got streamed. Or did it not? Did it not get streamed? Maybe it didn't make it.
Off Santa Fe Trail, the main road back to the hotel. Yes, it is.
Waiting for the Eli order, but I'm waiting for him to tell me if he wants me to wait for him or what. I don't know how long it's supposed to take. He hasn't told me yet. What did you say, DL? That's walked on yet.
It's on the same road as the hotel on Santa Fe.
Okay. With Eli, is that the owner or something? Like, can I just walk in there? Do we need to call them?
No, we didn't take the phone, you're right, but I'm just thinking that it didn't even. And I'll show this for now. This is like right down the road from our hotel. That was our home base for like 4 days that had no bathroom. Thanks, Garrett.
Am I clear after this truck? Okay. Alright. Okay, we're going! Tell him to straighten his wheels out. Huh? No, reverse is fine, but he needs to straighten his wheels out a little bit. Okay.
Yeah, I'll be there in a second. I'll block traffic behind you. That way nobody comes off.
I don't remember what the
Here,
problem
we need
was
the
here.
yank him rope. That's not gonna. I need to give him a good tug, and I don't want to break that rope or his rear thing. Damn. Okay, hold on.
Yeah, I had to like
Bring this rope.
switch out ropes. When a man's got to go, he has to go. Yeah, that's true. I just had to go downstairs to the lobby because you broke the bathroom.
Alright, whenever you're ready, DL, you're good.
Okay, is he ready?
You can keep backing up, you're good. You can just stay there, DL. I'll keep waiting. I'll stay here with traffic until we're unhooked.
Okay, I'll get on him quick.
Yeah, sorry, my stream's kind of bugging out. My Wi-Fi here is just not good at all. So that was that. I mean, we had several of these recoveries, and then we were stopping at this spot. It was called the Las Animas Grill. I still, at some point in my life, want to go back here and say what's up to these guys. Because they were one of the only places in town that stayed open throughout the whole thing. And DoorDash was active in the area, but of course there were no drivers out except for us. Garrett and I were both registered DoorDash drivers, and we kind of put that to good use, and we ended up donating all of our DoorDash proceeds for the night, which is pretty cool. I'm just wondering if the stream cut off.
Alan, we're driving a Toyota 4Runner. Oh, is this the guy's truck?
But he's stuck right here.
Oh yeah, and then there was this. I'll show this too.
Trying to get on the 14 at.
Okay. Do you know where he's trying to go?
He just said he's trying to get to Walmart, so.
Okay.
He said he was going to back all the way down, but I told him you guys said you could help try to pull him up. So.
I mean, if he can kind of get himself going, I would imagine I could at least give him a little tug.
Yeah, I think he just doesn't have front. He doesn't. I mean, he's just going rear wheel drive right now. So.
Okay.
Let me back up a little bit so you can get around me, and then I'll just follow you guys up.
Okay, that works.
He pulled out his chains.
Okay.
Thank you.
His chains. Oh boy, what a cluster tonight. It was so calm before, and I was saying, I was like, oh, we run out of stuff to do. Now it's like
G-dash. Yeah, I guess it is G-dash, isn't it? We pulled this guy up the hill. I remember we had no roof cam for this entire thing either. Like, it just wasn't working. I don't think it had even been properly set up yet. Or wait, no, never mind.
You're backing up and you're going that way.
guys up on the hill up here by the Sonic by chance?
Yeah, we're pulling a guy up the hill right now.
Okay, copy. I saw the lights. If you guys need help.
No, we're hooked up to him right now. I'm just going slow. I was trying to get him to let off the gas because he was just gunning it and spinning sideways. But I'm like, as long as you stay off the gas, I'll just pull you all the way up the hill.
Yeah, we ended up getting this guy. He was like flooring it, so he was like going up the hill sideways in the wrong lane. I'm like, let off the gas. Like, let me do it. Just roll. I'll pull you. Just roll. He did not have the tires to be out there at all. But yeah, now that I'm remembering it, I think that the stream DVR cut off. And if I remember correctly, I think the one person who actually has the live feed of us doing it is Vince, and I'm not about to use his feed on my channel without his permission. So you guys will just have to take my word for it. I think some of you guys were there though, and it was great. It was a really cool experience. I'm really glad that we were able to get that guy some food. I wish we could have gotten more people food. Thing. Yeah, because I think it cuts off when we're here picking up the food for the guy, maybe. But yeah, we were super chill, or we were, you know, these guys are super chill. They were super cool. One of the guys that worked there actually offered to let us crash in his living room if we didn't have anywhere to stay. So that was super nice of them. Really nice people. I'd love to roll back through Trinidad someday. Hopefully I get a chance to. I gotta find a happy medium, you know? Like, I can't just be forced to be here for the rest of my life. Like, I still want to be able to go out to places time and again, you know? Doesn't have to be all the time to the point where I burn myself out like I did before, but I gotta find that happy medium somehow. I'll get there, I'm sure. So, that was Trinidad. Last but not least, gonna go over a couple different times that we were in probably one of the most common areas that we covered snow, and that was the Sierra Nevada mountains. Either up on the I-80 stretch or in Mammoth Lakes. Next up is going to be Mammoth Lakes. This entire day was pretty crazy. There's two things in particular, or two times in particular, that I want to go back and review. Starting with this one. Again, those of you that watch this stream, I'm sure you remember. Did you post the Xmas lights car video? I saw pics. I did. It's on my channel. Feel free to go check it out. It's like a 3.5 minute long video. Me and my buddy. I think it turned out pretty cool for our first time doing it. So, work for FEMA. Yeah. What, you talk about this chase all the time? Okay, anyway. So, in Mammoth Lakes, there's like the town, and then there's the road that goes up to the ski resort, where all the skiers go up to. And that was a road we'd commonly patrol, because if you look at like even high resolution guidance, if you're going there to prepare for, here, I'll just go ahead and let this play on mute in the background for a bit, because we just end up kind of sitting here for a while. If you plan to go there, you will notice on the west side of town, the snowfall total will end up being double what the east side would be, because it's a very, very steep, like sudden incline. Because at the top, just outside of town, you got ski resort, and then at the bottom, I think it's like a 1,500 foot, maybe 2,000 foot difference, if I remember correctly. It's a pretty big difference for only like a 5-mile stretch. It's a pretty steep climb. So this guy was trying to get up to the lodge. He said he was there to meet a couple friends. And he got stuck, I think, maybe 1.5 miles, maybe 2 miles in to his trek up the mountain. And it just wasn't looking good for him. I mean, he was in a front-wheel drive Civic, trying to use like tire cables. No, this one. Oh yeah, we did see we saw a black bear just wandering. We were picking up dinner, I think, at Subway, and there was just a bear just walking across the parking lot. It was pretty cool. We kind of tried to follow it, but then it kind of got scared off, it looked like. But yeah, so we initially, my first goal was to try and get, because he had kind of gotten one of his like the cable things tied up in like around his front axle. I forget why this happened. I think something overheated. I think maybe the phone overheated or something happened. Yeah, no, we just lost connection, but anyway. So that was my first goal. So we were trying to use his tire jack, his little spare tire thing, to like get the car off the ground to get the cables off. But then eventually we just had to say it's not going to work. And we ended up hooking on to him and pulling him up the hill. And about 80% of the way up, like, we were making good progress, and then we got stuck. And I was starting to get really panicked, like, okay, I can back up and get unhooked off this guy and, like, get us out of here probably. But as far as this guy, like, he really is kind of screwed. But then I was like, yeah, we can't really just leave his car here, you know? And eventually I kind of figured out a way to do it. Just kind of back and forth, just use the front tires to dig a path through. And it was a long effort. I mean, we hook up to this guy at 11:20. I think we actually get rolling by... When did we start moving? 11:25 maybe. Yeah, it took us an hour to go 3 miles. It took us an hour to get up that mountain. And there were multiple times where I was very concerned.
Okay.
So it's gonna be stick to your left.
Stick
Actually, let's go into this parking lot on the right. Fuck that. Because then you have to go up the hill. I don't want you to.
Okay, now I got people walking across.
Oh, that's great. So good timing. Who is out here at midnight?
Okay, I don't know where the hell I'm gonna put you, man.
Let's get in there first, and I'm gonna try and take off the chain and see if I can drive my car. There's a chance that might work.
There was no chance that would work, dude. That car was not making it anywhere up here. Anything without all-wheel drive and good
No, what
tires
if I
was
just
not
got you
going
next to this white
anywhere.
truck? Actually, hold on. Well, I can get you somewhere. It might not be the most conventional parking, but
Who cares? We were moving. You know, can we stop right here? I want to see if I can take off the chain before we get in snow that's too deep.
okay.
Yeah, I remember it like didn't work, and then eventually we almost got ourselves stuck trying to pull him into a parking spot. Then we had to take him up the hill.
Yeah, it's definitely a different change of pace from chasing tornadoes and hurricanes to doing this.
Let me get you guys' socials and I'm gonna post you guys all over wherever I have. Tell my friends as well.
I forgot this guy's name. He ended up following us on social media and posted on his story and stuff. I forget, but so that was that, right? Then somehow we found the energy to keep going. We were like, "Yeah, we're not gonna be done." Then we come across, I think it was either a BMW or an Audi. I don't quite remember, to be honest.
You want any help with this? Okay, yeah, I spoke to the other officer. She told me about this. Okay, let me just pull up behind you. I didn't know what you wanted me to do. I'm just here to help out. Okay,
Excuse me.
okay. I'll pull up in front then, see if I can give it a pull.
Yeah, we ended up sitting here for a long time because we were trying to get the guy's chains on, and then
Oh.
eventually we abandoned that and decided to just pull the guy.
Be good.
Took me a bit to get hooked onto him, though.
Sorry. Another tow mission. 3 a.m. tow mission.
You guys
It
see this
literally
snow?
was 3 a.m.
Man, it's been snowing like this, I know, but like, it's now like completely. This is completely wet. No doubt about it. These flakes are ginormo. Gigantron flakes.
So anyway, this ended up taking us a bit.
Gargantuan flakes.
I can't believe that the radar
And we
is still
pulled this
showing-
guy, I want to say,
I
4
can,
miles
yeah.
to his hotel.
It's just because of where it is. It's never gonna.
have like overflow parking right here.
Okay.
I just don't want you to bring him in there because I don't know if he's gonna be able to get to the underground parking lot. So
Well,
I just have to have
as
it
long
done.
as it's not like a parking garage,
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's a parking garage.
Yeah, I
And
can't-
you're
I
not going in
can't- I
there.
was
That's,
gonna say,
that's
I
what I'm
can't
saying.
clear
So
it.
let me go just see what it looks like if you can dump him under like the there's like a carport. But I don't know.
Okay, you want me to just wait here? Okay.
I mean, that's also a sure thing, guys. Gas up here is in the mid to upper fives.
We ended up dropping him underneath the entrance there. I'm assuming they probably just let him stay there or something. I don't know. But then, the highlight of the evening, there were 2 officers there that, from what I could tell, were on duty in the area. Don't remember their names. One of them was the guy... Excuse me. One of them was the guy that we just saw. And then there was also a lady who I initially talked to because there was like a Mercedes that was stuck and this big truck was out there helping her. I guess he was like out like charging people to recover them. Of course, we were out doing it for free. I'm sure he didn't appreciate that very much. And then, so, not even sure why the lady came back over to where we were. Maybe just to kind of oversee or like give him like backup, I guess. I don't know. But both her and this guy end up in the overflow parking lot for the hotel, which has not been plowed once, has probably 2.5 to 3 feet of snow in it, and they both end up getting stuck.
Two 5-0.
The only 2
The only
active police officers in this town are both stuck in this parking lot.
I didn't even see him pull all the way over here.
I don't know what he was trying to do exactly. Toyota's forward drive is better than Ford's.
Yeah, he walks fast.
What if I was just like, nah, I gotta go.
Yeah, they were both stuck in this parking lot. I mean, that snow is deeper than it looks, for sure. But this was kind of a funny image, a little bit.
We gotta figure out how hard it is.
Is that me? What the hell am I wearing? I don't think I had my winter gear yet because Teresa Miller, she actually sponsored some of our winter equipment, like more heavy duty winter stuff for us. I think after this stream. So I eventually hook up to her. I think she gets stuck twice. Like, I get her unstuck and then she got stuck again. Oh, I'm glad I could help, but I was also just like, you guys live in Mammoth Lakes. Like, it snows here all the time. Why did this happen? Exactly. But, hey, no matter. Just glad we could help.
I'm gonna pull her back.
I also, my backup camera was completely covered at this point, so it was like, kind of sketch backing up because I was like, I don't know where the pavement is or where the pavement ends, where the dirt starts.
Whoa. Stop. Stop.
And another person who almost just ran over us. Oh, that's why I had to have her move forward because she ran over the road.
I'm gonna ask a favor of you. Oh wait, hold on, let me see if she can do it.
Oh yeah, we were both freezing. It was very cold.
Okay, can you go out, hold the rope, and walk me forward?
Walk you
So I don't run over the rope.
Sure.
And just tell him I'm just gonna pull her all the way back.
Did I have chains? No. I just had BF Goodrich KO2s on. Some of the best all-terrain tires ever, in my opinion. Huge shout out to Prescott Tire Pros for sponsoring us as long as they did.
Just go. Just go ahead and hook it back onto her.
I should use that Wham song as a closing song for your stream. I'd rather not lose any of the little bit of revenue I get off of this.
She's not in reverse. I don't know if she knows. She's not in reverse? No. Oh, hey, I could just pull you all the way out if you put it in reverse.
Oh, sorry, Garrett. I just meant in terms of like the Forerunner. I know they still sponsor the channel. I just meant as long as the Forerunner was in service.
All right. She's good.
Come on further, and then you have to get the rope.
So that was one. So we got one out.
You're
And then we had to go and get the other one out too. What was weird too is the guy originally said, like, at least for his car, he's like, I want to try putting my chains on. And I'm like, you're buried in snow. Like, sure, put your chains on, but like, let me get you out first. So, definitely an interesting day, for sure. Definitely an interesting day. I think our biggest problem early on was finding gloves that weren't like getting soaked. Like, because every glove that we used would end up like freezing cold, but completely like soaked in water because the snow would melt and it would just absorb, and it was like we couldn't use them for days. It was almost worse having the gloves on than if we just went barehanded.
This is going to be a little more challenging. Or maybe not as challenging. Oh, is there big ass rocks back here?
And then we got him out. So that was a long running like memory in the SRM winter storm coverage kind of arena, I guess. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know what the hell I'm saying. That was at 3:45 in the morning. We were tired. Very tired. So, that was Mammoth Lakes. I have one more to show you. And probably my other favorite, aside from what we were doing in Trinidad, my other favorite winter storm chasing moment, no doubt, was when we helped that couple in the RV. Because similar to Trinidad, I felt like, because of you guys, we were actually able to go out and make a difference, for real. This was a couple who had really just fallen on hard times. Both had recently lost their jobs, so they had no income. They were just trying to get to family in Reno. And they were coasting in on the fumes that they had. They didn't have gas money, they didn't have food, they didn't have phones. They literally didn't have cell phones. Pretty much all they had was their old beat-up RV and each other. They got separated for whatever reason. I don't know. They brought the gentleman down to the California-Nevada border and then left her in the empty RV with no food, no water, no gas because they were out of gas. Yeah, just kind of an unfortunate situation. But we'll kind of go back to where it started, and I'll kind of tell you guys the story a little bit. I'm not going to go over like the whole thing. We'll just kind of watch the recovery process a little bit for getting this thing out of the ditch before we were kind of working with the cops before one of them decided to have a problem with me for some reason. Yeah, we spent a long time trying to get this thing out. And eventually, as you'll see, they were trying to use CHP, and remember this had my name on it. That was kind of part of the thing too, the Brave DL. And then at some point, this cop got stuck, and I had to pull him out. Like, it was just this whole thing. But we eventually got this this truck, or the RV out. I remember that this cop was super chill. He was super nice.
This is when they actually get the thing out. They had to like block off the road and everything. Use tow truck, that whole deal, because he had that thing buried. But anyway, so they get the thing out, kind of pull it up to the gas station that's just up behind us here out of frame. They separated the two, because I think they had gotten into an argument like in the gas station or whatever, but like they were fine. They separated them, and we're just up there at the gas station, and there was a news company up there, just a local news company, and they were like bored. They were like, "Yo, can we interview you guys?" And I was like, "Sure." I could probably go find the interview somewhere if I wanted to. I can't remember exactly where it's at though. And as I'm getting interviewed, I thought they were both taken. I thought maybe like the police like gave them a ride out since they were out of gas and they couldn't get anywhere. But then she comes running out of the RV all panicked, asking us for a ride, being like, do you know like where they took my husband? And I was like, I'm not sure. And then she was like, oh, they took him someplace called, whatever casino. And I thought it was just like down the road, but turns out it was an hour down I-80 one way. But again, like these people don't have phones. They don't have like that. There was nothing. So I was just like, I guess we'll take you down there too. Cause obviously the RV's not going anywhere. And like she wasn't really in a good condition to drive. I forget why, but she couldn't really drive. I don't know if she didn't have a license or something happened. Maybe she wasn't comfortable driving that big of an RV. I don't know. So we take them down there. And the whole time, I think I had told the stream at some point, like, hey guys, we're going to start, instead of, raising money to cover chase expenses, we're going to raise money to get these people, like, some food and water. Like, originally my plan was, they were going to stay in their RV. I was going to get them some gas so they could keep the thing running, keep some heat going, and, get them something to eat and something to drink so they could survive up there for a few days. But then what it ended up turning out to was they both ended up down on the Nevada side. And, because of the funds that the stream raised, we were able to get them a hotel room, get them dinner, get them gas in the RV. And the one guy, he had an email, and he was using, the computer at there was, computers that they let them use at the hotel we dropped them off at. He was using that to email me back and forth. When they got to where they were going, I guess he used a relative's computer, I assume, to email me. And they ended up making it okay. So we were able to do that, pretty much give this small family that had no other do that because of the stream. Like, as much as I'd love to go out and do that just on my own time, like, that wasn't a free effort. I mean, that was not a cheap hotel. That was not, I guess dinner wasn't too bad. I mean, it was Burger King. Putting gas in that big of an RV to get them far enough to where they need to get, that wasn't cheap. I think I gave them like $50 worth of fuel cost. So anyway, that was probably one of the coolest things I was ever a part of. Very humbling experience for sure. I don't even know if that's the right word, but I was just glad I was able to be there and help out.
I thought that all got resolved by now because they've been here for so long. All got resolved.
Yeah. Yeah, and he was kind of telling me off right there. I was like, dang, all right. So
So, anyway, that was a pretty cool experience. Yeah, I saw somebody else in chat say where we that guy was trying to deliver like medical supplies to a hospital, and his van couldn't make it up the hill, so we just loaded our car up full of the stuff. And drove him up the hill in the 4Runner. That was in Flagstaff. I forget exactly when that was. What was he telling me off for getting involved in his in his scene, in his, like, you know, he was like, he didn't say territory, but he said something similar to that. He was, you know, like this is my scene right now. Like, I need you to step away so I can deal with this, and then you can worry about getting him. I'm like, okay, I'm not here to cause problems. I'm just trying to help. But yeah. So there were more moments than that. I mean, that we did a lot of winter storm stuff, but if I had to choose, those were some of my craziest winter storm chases. Not all these were in 2025. I mean, there were 2 here that were in 2024. The which ones? Mammoth Lakes was 2024, and Trinidad was also 2024. Trinidad was our first snowstorm of the year. So, yeah. So that was pretty much it. A couple things I'm going to set up here. Some people said that they hadn't yet seen the no, that's not what I meant to do. The Christmas light video for with the cars, so I wanted to redirect to that, but I want to have you guys do me a favor before you head out. Search my videos. Oh, does it have to be like a live stream to redirect to? I forget it. Is that like a thing? No matching results. No live or upcoming content from your subscriptions. Okay, well, fine. I guess I can't raid anything. Anyone I want to raid? Not really. So, 2 things that I'll have you guys do. One being, I guess, oh, fall scene. That's right. That is right. I'm sorry. Let me find it, actually. I'm just going to pull it up on my phone. Oh, maybe it was beginning of 23. That might have been it. 22 going into 23. Yep, here it is. Here it is. All right. Bang. There it is. There's your grand finale. That was something, all right. That was something. Can't believe I did that on stream, too. I felt like such a cartoon character. Oh, man. Dang, look how clean the 4Runner used to be. Like, it used to be so smooth and, like, not destroyed. I think I was in her prime. I only had probably like 55,000 miles on it at that point. Really hardly anything at all. Was that splits? Not quite, but it was close. Yeah, tailbone was super sore. That was terrible. Okay, so for those that haven't seen it, that is the video of the Christmas lights. That my buddy and I did. If you guys haven't seen it, there it is if you'd like to see it. As on my Dodge Charger SRT8. Been trying to make a little bit more content around that lately, so that was that. But if I could have you guys do me an actual favor. This is something that I've kind of been working on. It's this idea that's been nagging at me recently. And I'm going to be mad at myself if I never even put any effort into it. It's one of my resolutions in 2026 is to try and follow through with ideas that I have and say things that I say I'm going to do. If you guys could, I'm going to keep it totally separate. It's a completely separate project that I'm trying out. But if you guys could, just to try and get me off the ground to where I'm even able to pop up in search results, do me a favor, going over to that new pinned link in the chat, just go hit subscribe for me. That's all. That is really all that I ask. Is that you guys would consider doing that for me. I'd really something that I'm considering trying out. I've been wanting to branch out and try different things that nobody else has really tried before, and this is something that I'm trying. So turn off notifications. Pinned. Pinnid. Pinned. Pinned. God damn it. 500 of us watched a guy snowplow his driveway one night. We'll watch anything. That is my theory, right? Because storm chasing very often can be quite exciting, but a lot of times storm chasing is just driving. That's all it is. It's just driving from point A to point B. A lot of times you don't see anything. But if you make something interactive, if you put effort into the quality, if you put effort into the overlays, make it so that people want to engage in it. Something as simple as what I'm trying to do could potentially, I think there is an audience somewhere for it. Somewhere out there might be. This is me making a very niche attempt at bridging that gap between stuck in the 9 to 5 and chasing until I'm so exhausted that I don't want to do anything anymore. You know what I mean? Like if I could somehow do something, like, because I miss driving around. I personally, a lot of people like hate on like jobs where you have to drive a ton. I love it. I absolutely love that part. But I also like the idea of getting to come home to my family most nights. And you know, sleeping in the same bed most nights is also, you know, a nice idea too. So but I miss working for myself, you know. I miss having the freedom that, you know, if I wanted to, you know, for a few days, if there was a setup that looked really good and I had free time and I could take Sasha with me, or even if I can't take Sasha with me, if I could take Sean with me or whatever, you know, just the freedom to be able to do that without thinking that, like, oh, I'm going to lose my job. You know what I mean? And that's no shade to where I'm at currently. Like, I there's a lot of it that I quite enjoy, but it's just, you know, yeah. Snowplow driver, there's channels for that. You look at, like, semi-truck drivers. There are several channels that live stream that. And that really is just driving down highway. Like, that is just going from point A to point B. But there's a channel that I subscribe to that has several 100,000 subscribers. It's called Big Rig Travels. Every time I watch his stream, he's got almost 1,000 people in there. And it's because he's made it interactive that people want to engage with it. So, I don't know. I feel like I'm defending something that doesn't even need to be defended. I appreciate that you guys went in and, you know, hit that subscribe button for me. I really do appreciate that. Again, I plan on keeping it kind of separate. Because I want to focus this channel on just doing, like, weather and car content, really. But I've created this separate channel because I want to try to turn it into something niche and cool. And I used to do that, like, not live streaming it, obviously, but I used to do this. Like, I used to do the delivery thing. I did it for years. And I honestly got pretty good at managing, you know, doing multiple apps at once and, like, finding a really efficient way to do that. So I think combining that with now the skill set that I have of knowing how to put together a live stream from a vehicle, like, there might be an audience for that. And maybe there isn't. And maybe I'm making a total fool of myself and everyone's going to think that it's stupid. But I have decided that I have been thinking about this. It's been nagging at me since I moved home. It's been nagging at me since even before that. So I'd be really pissed at myself if I didn't at least give it a little bit of effort and try, if it could have potentially reached an audience somewhere. Not even saying that you guys are the audience. I mean, if everyone here thinks that it's totally stupid, feel free to say that. But I think that there might be an audience that could be entertained by something like that. So, thank you guys all so much for doing that. It says 43 subscribers now. That is awesome. Thank you. I'm still working on building the overlays. Do you guys want to see what I've been working on? I'll show you real quick if you want to see. We're all saying yes, go for it. Go for it. I never said I was stupid. I said the idea was stupid. Okay. Well, I'll show you the overlays. And they're still, and I'm planning on adding more, but this is just something that I was working on a few days ago, and I'm kind of rambling because I got to go. I was supposed to meet at my buddy's house like an hour and a half ago, but I'm going to hope OBS doesn't crash. If it does, I'll be right back. Okay, it didn't crash. I didn't have my microphone input on that scene profile on OBS, so I couldn't actually do any talking. But that's sort of the draft, the rough draft. There's some refining to do. Absolutely, there's some refining to do, but that's kind of what it looks like. So I don't know when my first opportunity to try this out is going to be. I honestly don't even know what car I really want to do this in. I don't really want to do it in the 4Runner, but I honestly think that the 4Runner is my best option to try and at least start this, because I at least have a Starlink on that car. I'd consider doing it in my old Charger, but I need to redo the exhaust on that. If I'm going to stream from there, I need to put a muffler back on it. Because I've streamed from that car once before and everybody told me that the audio was horrendous. So, deals an Urban Explorer would be cool. Yeah, I've never really done that, but I'd be open to trying that out too. So, Charger complete with lights. I'm not putting lights on it. I'm talking about the other one. Sorry. I have two. Yeah. That's something else about me. I have a problem. I don't like getting rid of cars. I have three. I have a red 2006 Charger. I have the black Charger. That's a 2014. That's the one that's wrapped in Christmas lights right now. That's what we're doing today. That's what I'm literally getting ready to leave to go do, is take the Christmas lights off. And then I've got the 4Runner. So... But yeah, I mean, like Tanith is saying, like, there's a way to make it more interesting. Like, put Christmas lights on the car that you're doing, or like make it like themed. Like, make it, track your stats, because the way DoorDash works, at least, is like there's different levels that you achieve based on like your acceptance rate and completion rate. Like, you can integrate all that to be trackable with the overlays. Like, you can make it to where it's more than just a screen and you're pointing it at a road. Like, you can make people feel like they're a part of it somehow. So, can I have one of my Mazdas hit totaled in November? I'm sorry. I mean, that's really unfortunate, Diane. I'm really sorry to hear that. I don't know if you really want any of them. Honestly, they all come with their set of problems. So, anyways, thank you guys all so much for watching. I wish that I had something to raid, but I don't. Yeah, the only person live right now is Ryan Scholl. I don't know if I want to raid him, so nothing against Ryan Scholl. I just didn't really ever really know him, so I feel like a raid for me would be kind of weird. I think it's a great idea. Hey, what's up, Sean? I'm headed over to your house in like 10 minutes, bro. I'm sorry. I'll be there in a second. Raid Ryan Scholl. Okay, you know what? Screw it. I guess we'll raid Ryan Scholl. Why not? We'll spread the love to everyone. Oh, I can raid Reed Timmer. That'd be funny if I raided Reed. I don't even think he'd notice. Alright, so I'll just say it one more time. If you guys haven't, the pinned comment in the live chat, click on that link, go over there. Even if that type of content doesn't interest you at all, I'd really appreciate it if you could just hit the subscribe button on that channel. I really would appreciate it, with notifications on too. I mean, if any of you are interested in even just joining me on that type of thing, I will be live streaming on that channel at some point soon. So if you got notifications on, then you'll see me over there. And it may get to a point where I start live streaming over there a lot more than I even stream here. I could use it. He's far from home. Yeah. Alrighty. Well, we'll raid Ryan. I guess everyone tell him I said what's up, I guess. So, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Really appreciate everybody. I will catch you guys next time. Next stream you can expect from me on this channel. Small chance that we actually go out on a little chase tomorrow. There is a general thunderstorm risk along the entire coastline, so if there is any sort of like water spout potential, I'd like to explore that a little bit. So we'll see what happens. But If not, then the next reaction stream will probably be a couple weeks from now, and it is going to be a Flash Flood reaction stream. So we're kind of wrapping up on the reaction stream stuff. We've pretty much gone through everything. So yeah, just really appreciate you guys tuning in. Thank you all so much. Really appreciate that we still have this community here. And I will catch you guys next time. It's not letting me end this now. What's happening? Raid your other page. Oh, I'll start raiding my other page, but I have to like create something over there to be able to raid. I guess I could raid it, but now it's okay. I'll just raid Ryan. It's all good. All right, there we go. Peace, guys.